Purple Pants Premonitions, Brice and Gary, DeAndre. Purple Pants Premonitions, spiritual care and a tarot read on the way.
And we are back. The month of July has arrived, and the Purple Pants Premonitions is here to deliver you your spiritual forecast for the month of July. I am super excited. My heart is full. I am back with my co-host, the amazing, the talented, the ever so gifted Gary DeAndre. Welcome back to the podcast.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, baby boy. It is such a blessing to be here. I'm so grateful to be here on this Sunday, to be alive another month, okay? Pushing through these times, pushing through these moments. It is a blessing to be here and also be here with our special guest today.
Yes. Gary and I have a special guest joining us for this month of the Purple Pants Premonition. Before we introduce this diva, I just want to give the posse a little backstory. I feel like these Purple Pants Premonitions are very special to Gary and I think sometimes a lot of the magic happens before we hit record. And I want to say a couple of months ago, Gary and I were talking and we are like, we really want to have other people come up on the podcast and we don't want to gatekeep. I always say that the premonitions is the best kept secret in this podcast realm. It is a safe space. It's a black space.
Yes.
Okay. It's a black space.
Yes.
It's a queer space.
Yes.
And it is the way sometimes the spirits align. Gary and I want to say maybe in the month of March or April, we were talking about I was like, Gary, if you know any of your friends, please reach out. And we were like, okay. And then I want to say 2 weeks later, I get this beautiful message from this beautiful queen named Danielle. You might know her on Instagram as Final Girl Vibes. She is a psychic, she is a medium, and she is a Reiki healer. And so I would love to welcome Danielle to the Purple Pants Premonitions.
Thank you so much. You guys, what a beautiful introduction. Thank you so much. Oh my God, I've been watching you guys since April because I discovered your podcast and your messages have not missed. So thank you. They hit and resonate with me. And I'm just so grateful to be here in this space with you too. And Brice, I love you because I had to give you your flowers. I freaking love you since your days as Survivor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? We're going to have a moment. Danielle,
okay.
Go ahead. Because listen, we got to give love because we love Brice.
Yes.
We love, you brought us here.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing us here. Thank you for starting this journey. Thank you for being open in the way that you have been and making a mark. I was literally talking about you last night. I was like, that bitch is an icon. She's the best kept secret, okay, of this survivor realm, of this survivor community, because she's doing the work. But sorry, I will go ahead. Please go ahead, Danielle, because I know you've been watching since Cagayan as well.
Yes, I've been such a huge Survivor fan when I was younger, and I remember when Brice was on my screen, I was just he had such a light about him, so authentic. I really feel I don't know if it was someone who told you were before your time. I can't remember who said that, but
Wendell,
I definitely feel you were a pioneer. Yes. So that other people on this show who are on present day can be their true authentic self. Woo! I just love that no matter what your circumstances were on that island, you showed up as yourself and you have that confidence and that has never left you. And you've been such an inspiration for me. So I'm just so grateful for you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I not even only appreciate that, I receive it, right?
Yes.
And sometimes when people give me compliments, I'm like, thank you. It's hard for me to accept compliments, but I'm working on that. And I received it. And I believe that I went on Cagayan however long ago so that this moment can happen. I really do feel like there is something special in the air. But before we even get into our premonitions, Danielle, tell the posse, tell us about your story. Tell us who you are.
Oh, so my name is Danielle. I first started actually in the social services field because growing up,
I'm a social worker, okay.
Yes. I have my degree in psychology.
Yes.
So I really worked with a lot of victims of domestic violence. I don't know if we can say the R word, but are an assault, like stuff like that. And children, because I love working with children as well too. But I've always been drawn to like tarot, to crystals. I learned about Reiki like in 2020. But like growing up, like I was always told like, oh, that's the devil, that's this, that's that.
Mm.
And yes, and eventually I finally got out of the, I guess, spiritual closet, and I started to be my true authentic self. And I started to take reading tarot seriously in 2018. And then in 2021, I became a Reiki level 1 student and then a Reiki practitioner the next year. And I actually started learning mediumship last year around this time. So I'm still a baby medium. So I still need to practice, but I don't know. That's just always been my passion, empowering people, helping people tap into their inner final girl, final guy, final boy person. I don't know if people are into horror movies, but I am.
I got that. I got that.
Thank
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And so I like to resonate with myself as being a final girl because there's stuff that I've been through that I've had to stand up and defend myself and protect myself. And I want other people who have gone through stuff in life too to realize, no, you can tap into that inner strength, that resilience. So if you need me to like help remind you or like, you know, put a little zhuzh back in you, I'm here for that.
Yes. Now, when anytime somebody say scary movies, I always think of Scream, maybe Scream 2 with Brandy when she in that attic and she about to fall through the floor. But anyway, that's just
Yes.
that's like
You literally, Scream is my favorite horror movie. So I love
yeah.
the energy that's here. That
The
is my favorite
energy
horror
is
movie.
here.
Yes.
Yes.
The
Okay,
energy
so
is here.
it definitely is. And so I'm excited to get into this month's Purple Pants Premonition. So we'll do it a little differently. I think we'll have Danielle pull our tarot card of the month and we'll get into that. And then Gary will pull the oracle. But even before we get into that, how has everyone's June been? Because, okay, well, I can start it off.
That would be great. Okay.
My June, I want to say it was great, but I feel like I set boundaries, right? Like I was like, you know what? There are some things and spaces in my realm that I don't really like. And I love you, but I don't like some of these ways. And I put in some boundaries. And I feel like when I was installing these boundaries, it was like a reflection on me, right? And I was like feeling like, am I doing something wrong? And in the sense that I feel like I'm used to things not really going my way or people doing things that annoy me. And that's just the cloud that lives in my head. But then it's like I set these boundaries and the things that were kind of like crossing the line weren't happening. But then I was like, bitch, why are you still in your head? Like, this is like what we wanted. And so it was like really a time for me to reflect, to be like, you wanted this space, you wanted these boundaries. Now here is the space that you have created. And for me, what I didn't realize was like, this is your workshop. Now it's like, now that you've set these boundaries with some of these relationships in your life, now it's the time for you to work on yourself. And it made me realize why maybe sometimes I allow people to cross boundaries or I give myself so freely because it really is a reflection so that I don't have to do the work. So I don't have to like work on myself. So it really is like a reflection that I've been doing. And so in this space of June that I've actually set these intentions of like, no. I'm not doing this. No, I'm not doing that. Baby, we ain't confirming 24 hours. I'm not going. Okay. Like I'm just giving myself this space. And so I feel like going into July, I have this space. And now the onus really is falling on me to do the work in this free time that I have. And so that's kind of how my June has been.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I have so many things to say to that. I guess because like in my mind, I identify completely with where you're coming from right now, as far as like setting those boundaries. And Danielle, is it okay if I go? And then we say,
Yes.
okay, fantastic. No, I just wanted to like, I guess like piggyback off of that because I feel like that is very much what this month has been for me, like as well. And you remember we kind of like had like the forecast of the month talking about like, okay, like some of your like addictions are gonna come up. Like you're gonna have like some of these things that you have like attachments to that you have to like let go of. And like that's where the wealth is. You know what I'm saying? That's where the wishes come true. but you have to get through it and like let go of some stuff and like make space in order to have different conversations, different relationships, different connections. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Like, you released some of that, and look at us now. I had to release some of my own. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, because y'all asking about June. I think I tweeted on June 2nd. I was like, oh, she's giving chaotic good energy. Like, June feels very like chaotic, but like in a good way. And like on the other side of it, it's giving very much that like Miss Piggy meme with the wig on, and she's giving like very like disheveled. Like, I feel like I've been taken to the underworld and back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a Scorpio, so like that should be like natural for me, but it doesn't make it any easier to like have to endure. Cause I'm like, this is my life. I'm fighting for my life out here. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's like what this month really just like represented for me. Fighting through and like fighting back. You know what I mean? And like when you get knocked down, how do you get back up? Because you got to get back up. And the only way is up. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that I've had to just like, not even like cut relationships, but just like reprioritize what they look like in my life. And also realize what I'm coming to terms with, especially within this last week, is the connections that you have to people and like the space that you give folks. Like, you give a lot, bitch. You give a lot more than you actually realize that you do. And all of that you're giving to these things that are not giving back to you, what if you cut those off and like that opened up so much more space and time and energy and opportunity to be able to do the things that actually feed you and like fulfill you? Or if you don't know what that is, have the space to figure it out. And I haven't necessarily had time to like process that. And I just took like a couple like days off of work like the last like couple
Come on,
of
PTO. Come on,
no,
PTO.
clocked in 3 days because at first, listen, the gag is, okay, let's just say drunk me was like, I'm gonna get out here and take a whole week. But then I was like, girl, you can't take a whole week because you literally the only bitch to do your job. Take 3 days. And those 3 days for like, and that was like a month and a half ago. Drunk me knew future me needed that shit. Because that these 5 days of just like space feel like they have revolutionized my life. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had the time to think. I've had the time to operate. I've had the time to just like process. And I feel like going into July, I'm like, okay, Diva, what did you learn? How are you going to apply it and not be hard-headed about it? So that's my June.
Yes.
Okay. Miss
How about you,
Danielle.
Danielle?
Yes.
So I feel like I resonate with a lot of what you guys were both saying because I feel like this June was about me choosing myself. And I and I feel like I always prioritize other people because I'm such a healer and I love helping people. But I had to learn to prioritize myself. It also was my birthday month because I'm a Gemini.
Ooh,
So,
what day?
June 15th.
Okay.
Yes, Father's Day.
Belated birthday.
Thank you. So I feel like I think that also helped me because I took like a week off from work and I was like, I'm having a birthday week. So your girl is tanned because I went to Coney Island for a day.
Yes.
And I just went to the botanical garden because I freaking love it. And I love Van Gogh and they have like a nice exhibition that's going on right now. So I really took this time to choose me. And it's crazy too because I feel like I'm in this transition when it comes to my career, and I don't think I realized how much I was putting energy in my part-time job instead of my spiritual practice. And I feel like once the universe saw that, they're like, "Oh, okay." Brice hits me up and says, "Do you want to join here?" Like I feel I've been getting so many followers, so many people sending beautiful messages. And I feel like I'm starting to realize I need to not only choose myself, but choose what is my divine purpose, what the universe wants me here to do in this world. And I feel like it's choosing me. I feel like as I'm choosing myself, the opportunities are coming in for me. So I'm very grateful, very grateful.
Yes, I received that. Choosing me. Okay.
Okay.
I want to choose me in the month of July. And that's a word.
That's a word.
Yes.
Bible, gospel on this sanctified Sunday. Okay.
Yes.
And mind you, I'm over here taking notes. I'm like, we are gagging the girls right now. Do you get it? Do you get it? Sorry, I couldn't say that.
We ain't even get into July.
I know.
So Danielle, please take us away.
Okay.
However, let us know what deck you're using, or
Okay.
just
So I'm using the Modern Witch Tarot deck. Oh, I don't know if
okay.
it's a little too blurred.
Classic.
There's a cute little space buns like myself. Oh, I didn't even I didn't even pull. I feel like the King of Cups just came out.
Uh,
Oh
You're
my God.
lying!
I
You're
can't
lying!
even
I
show.
have the King of Cups right here. I pulled this today. I
Okay.
pulled this today. This morning.
Oh
My card
my
of the day.
God.
That's crazy. Crazy
The
work.
King of Cups. Wow. I'm telling you.
Crazy work. Crazy work.
I'm telling you
ooh.
the synergy. I freaking love it. This was just such an alignment. But with the King of Cups, he represents somebody who is in control of his emotions, who's learned how to master their emotions, who's learned how to put themselves first, who is
Mm,
able to pour from their own cup because they are fulfilling their own needs, their own desires. This is somebody who is connected to their heart space, who's giving themselves that compassion, who's able to give other people that compassion, even
Mm,
if things are, because we're in Cancer season and a lot of emotions can arise and can make me feel like you're not in alignment. It's about tapping back into that inner calm, into that
mm,
inner peace,
mm-hmm.
into who you are, trusting your intuition,
mm.
trusting your intuition, knowing that spirit, I don't know if you can see the little fish, is right there beside you, helping you and guiding you during your maybe chaotic times, during when your emotions may be all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Just knowing that you can ground yourself back in love, in support, in compassion. That's what I
Mm,
feel.
Mm-hmm. And
yeah.
knowing that there's like a foundation to like fall back on. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact of the matter is just like, and I feel like you understand with the King of Cups, I feel like there's that space for it to be very toxic. Toxic love, toxic emotions. And sometimes we become attached to those because we don't know any better. And I think
Yes.
that the King of Cups is really just like encapsulating the space of like, where do you choose to show up from your most grounded space? What creates that? How do you, because we are all kings and queens. If you're watching this, kings, queens, and royalty in whatever form that you decide to show up in. How do you sit on your throne? When you're sitting
Mm-hmm.
on your throne, are you bothered?
Mm-hmm.
No, baby girl, you're not bothered because listen, I'm in my chair. I'm in my
Mm.
thinking chair, diva, and I feel good. I'm chilling. And I think that that's the energy that's like really, I think, like lending itself to us. But I
Mm-hmm.
think it's also important for us to just like be mindful of, you know what I'm saying, like what brings that to us. I'm sorry, I didn't want to step. I know you. Listen.
No, no, I love this collaboration. No,
Yes.
I love it because we all
Yes.
have our own takes on it. No, and it all like comes together. No, it's
Yes.
absolutely right. It's absolutely right.
Yes. Whew.
Ooh. How do you sit on your throne? My question is how do you identify the throne when you
Mm.
don't realize there's a throne for you to sit on? When you don't visualize the throne that you possess, right? I feel like again listening to those words, I received that, but sometimes I get caught up in my own realm of like I'm just the sidekick. I'm the supporting help. Like, like I'm going to get the water. I'm going to take care of the people. Like, that's like, and when you realize, baby, there's water boys for that. You sit on your crown. You sit on your crown. Like, and not to be cocky or anything, but like in your own right. I feel like, again, listening to that really resonates with me just because it's like, bitch, you are a queen. Okay. She ain't
Exactly.
no
Okay.
diva.
And it's funny because at the bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups, so it's you learning that you
Mm,
deserve a seat at the throne. You learning to pour that love back into yourself, to take up that space. You learning that no, I am a king, that yes, I pour so much love into other people, but I'm also able to receive that as well too. You learning that.
and I feel like a part of learning is like for me, because I'm a girly that's forever on a diet. I'm a girly that's forever like, trying to get myself together. And I feel like whenever I start a new health trend or whenever I try to get myself together, that first week be hard. Bitch,
Mhm.
that first day be hard. You going to sleep hungry,
Mhm.
like, baby, let me go see what's in this fridge. But then by day 4, day 5, you feel like it has become a pattern. And so I feel
Yep.
like even with you saying you learning it, it takes practice, right? You have to like, and it just sounds so weird, practicing that you deserve it, practicing that you are a king, practicing that you can make time and space for yourself. Like that doesn't just come naturally. Like you have to learn to practice it. So that's again, that's just what the spirit is. Again, tell them. I mean, hope somebody out there is receiving it. But bitch, I feel like I'm just talking to myself.
You are not.
No,
No, you're
no.
delivering. And I also feel like the thing about it is everyone has a throne here. No matter what your role is in society, no matter what your career is, no matter what your path is, you still have a throne. Mr. Waterboy, go get on your throne. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Janitor, go get on your throne. Okay? Miss Executive, go get on your throne. You have a throne to sit on. And I think that everybody needs to like realize that. And like you said with the Page of Cups, it's like the beginning phases. And I find it very interesting that it's like July is like, you are the biggest. The king is the highest court card. The king is the highest court card. If you think about it in, you know what I'm saying, like playing cards. Well, aside from, because I don't know if the ace don't really count to me. But anyway, to me, I'm just saying. Okay, Diva, unless you're playing space, but that's another situation.
Oh, child.
Anyway, crowd, let's not get on that.
Because we can play. Because we can play.
We can play. Girl, bring it next week.
Girl, just make your book. Just make your book.
Just make your, because listen, girl, I will curse you out across the table. Don't play with me. Okay? But no, I feel like we have to remember that it's an elevation. You feel what I'm saying? It's a stepping stone. That Page of Cups is like, baby, you're at your beginning with it. But the fact that you're at your beginning with it means that you have the wherewithal and the awareness to realize it. And that is where the power lies. Because a lot of times we don't give ourselves the space to like recognize it because of the narrative that we continue to tell ourselves, that we're in our head, like, you know what I'm saying? Like repeating over and over and over again. And the fix to that is letting it get out of you in some way, shape, or form. And like, bring it to the runway. You know what I'm saying? Give it to somebody to be able to push back. Think about the people that actually fill those parts of you that you need that reassurance with. Because sometimes I got anxious attachment style. And that's no shade. And I know that is not, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not wearing it as a badge of honor. I'm just acknowledging what it is. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you heal that by allowing people into the environment, into the space. That's what fights it away. That's what's the light that's shining on the shadow in order to move it out of the shadow realm. But we have to allow ourselves to be able to come from that space. You know what I'm saying? And know that there are people, there are places, there are things that help those parts of us to shoo away. And I think that that's the lesson that we are learning how to do through our art, through our creativity, through our passion work. You know what I mean? And also knowing that there is space to commune with that with others as well. So I really feel like this has been told to me at least twice in the last couple of days. Bitch, go get a hobby. That's your advice for the month of July.
Yes.
Oh my God, you delivered. Oh my God.
Okay.
Thank you. It was on my spirit. I don't know what's going on today. The universe is universing this last week of July, or this last week of June. She's doing something. She's doing her big one. And you know what? I'm not mad at her because she has just been flowing the energy and flowing the intention and flowing the intuition through, I think, all of us. If you're touched, you know what it means. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. This ain't news to you. I'm just here to affirm the vibration. That's what we're here to do. That's what we do. We a sisterhood, okay?
Yes. I love it. I love it and receive it. And now, was that the Oracle card, Gary, as well?
No, actually. So
we're not done.
We're not. Listen, we're just getting started.
Ariana, what are you doing here?
Okay, not Ariana. That's funny because Ariana is the name of my computer. Rest in peace. Because we also see that I'm coming from. Well, she ain't dead. Listen, she's just on life support. Okay, praise God. She needs to come back to this house. She getting fixed. Because you see, I'm giving welcome to my bed right now. Little different, but maybe that's the reason why the message is hitting differently. Okay, because she's comfortable. No, I wanted to read because I was reading from the Mystic Mondays deck. And as I said this morning, I pulled the King of Cups this morning too. And I was like, okay, now that's tea. Like, I love that for me. Like, I love that for my day. So if you wouldn't mind, I would like to share what the text says here, because I always love to read it in the text. Listen, I feel like raised in the church, child. Let's go to the text. All
Come
right.
on.
On page, no, I'm just playing. Psalms, no. The keywords
Oh,
here
not
are
some.
the keywords here are equilibrium, mindfulness, and humanity. Mindfulness is key to making an impact. The King of Cups is able to carry emotions with intention, aptitude, and wit, clearly scoring high on the emotional intelligence test. He's a master of emotions and is able to apply humanity in his thinking process and his interaction with others. The level of connection he has with people come easily. He is able to relate to different personalities, making him an excellent communicator. The waters are calm, even when turbulence is present. He is able to weather the storms and handle hectic situations with finesse and grace. His gift for guidance can heavily influence people, and he enjoys helping others. The King of Cups is a reflection of you or a man in your life. He reminds you to incorporate compassion, whatever the circumstance may be. So I feel like this kind of like encapsulates like everything that we literally like just talked about. And the way that I really just like want to stamp it for people out there is like, you are able, like, our anxiety sometimes really gets the best of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we get in our mind, you know what I'm saying? Like, our mind can sometimes it's a circus up here,
The
okay? Red
ghetto.
flags everywhere, Diva. Red flags everywhere. And I'm just like, I'm just a girl, okay? Like, I'm just trying to get through. But if we allow ourselves to like quiet those aspects of ourselves, it's not always going to work, but you know how to make it work when it needs to work. When you're operating from that space of just like calmness, you radiate a different energy and people feel that. And I want you to like, if you're listening to this month, think about what that person does in order to get to that place, who brings that person to that place, who like uplifts and like really like sets the foundation for you to be in that place, and bring that to the runway this month. Like, how do you allow yourself to like defund the energy that you are putting elsewhere and like pay yourself back? Okay, because listen, you've done a lot lately. You've done a lot lately for others. How about you do something for you? And that's my spiel. But I do have oracle cards if you would like to go ahead and transition to there.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, let me move my bang. We're going to be using the Sacred Symbols Oracle deck. This is by Marcella Kroll. Marcella, I love you. Marcella's work is amazing. Marcella also has the Nature Nurture Oracle deck, which I also love. Wonderful decks that she has. I figured we would pull an oracle card from here to kind of just like set the foundation for advice. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Let's do it. All right. So, I got to go ahead. I got to get my little prayer on. Heavenly Father, Earth Mother, who love us unconditionally, thank you so much for this blessing of today. Thank you so much for this oracle card that's getting ready to come out. Whatever advice needs to be stacked on top of the King of Cups in order to give us guidance to get through the month of July, allow it to be so. Thank you so much for these blessings in advance. Amen and ashe. All right, y'all. What's the tea for the month of July? What we got going on? Can I just get one card, please? All right. Solo uno, por favor. Una carta para mí, para la gente que están escuchando a la mensaje.
See, Poppy.
Okay. Well, Gagatandra. All of these? Okay, we're going to start with the one. What are these for? Hold on to these. Fantastic. Okay. We're going to start with the one because there were cards that started just flipping up. This one was, I think, by itself. And you know what I'm saying? I could give a gag, but I ain't trying to give a full gag. We need to give a little gag, okay? Because we are already snatching wigs to death. All right? Too much. The card that comes up is represented in, ironically enough, the theme of magic. So, the magic card is number 3 here. We also see that the pentacle is the theme that's showing up on this card. The way that I think about this, kind of like off the top, or I see, you know what I'm saying? It's got like the 5-point star, and it reminds me of like the pentacles and like tarot and stuff like that. That's like the first image that I see. And that makes me think about the things, the material things, like what are the things that create magic for us, right? And when you think about magic, magic is so, like, what is magic? How do you define magic? And I can only define it for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, magic for me are the things that are just like kismet, the things that are just like, you just show up and something happens. You put forth your best effort. You show up as your highest self. You know what I'm saying? And those things happen, but you didn't do it without intention. Intention is what makes magic happen. Write that down. Intention is what makes magic happen. You got to show up. Okay? Perfect example. I don't know why they tell me to say this, but I'm going to go ahead and give it. So the magic card to me makes me think about, like, yesterday, I decided to go to the piers, like the water, Christopher Street. I know you know where I'm talking about. You know.
At night?
So, no, Diva. Not this time, okay? Because somebody was like, is they selling pussy out there? And I was like, no, it's the daytime, Diva. It's a Saturday. Like, tomorrow, maybe yes.
Okay.
Absolutely not, okay? I'm safe, all right? But no, I went because something in my spirit, y'all know, shout out to, you know, Tara for you and me also. Shout out to her. Something was like, you should just take a deck. You have so many in your house. Do like a little game. Like, just write a note that's like, congratulations. If you find this deck, like, it was meant for you. I really hope that it brings you peace and brings you joy. And I literally just like wrote that note on the back of the, like, on a piece of paper, taped it to the back of the deck, sat it on a bench somewhere and left. Magic. It'll be magic for somebody someday. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's magic that you're providing for somebody else. But I also think about just like in the sense of what are the things that bring you magic in your life? What are the things that you can set intentions with in order to bring all of those blessings into your life? Do you need to light a candle? Do you need to pull a tarot card? You know what I'm saying? Do you need to go out in the streets and like walk a couple times and receive the magic that the universe is trying to download to you? Like, what are the material things that you can do? And it doesn't have to be expensive. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to spend money on your magic, but doing those things. And also, I think this speaks to allowing your life to receive magic this month. Like, being open, doing new things. You know what I'm saying? Like, putting yourself out of your comfort zone. Those are when the things that, like, inspire you happen. So I really want us to just, like, allow ourselves to just, like, be receptive to those aspects of our lives as we are going throughout this month. And I also think with, like, the magic card being the number 3, for me the number 3 represents the Holy Trinity. I think about it as like, you know what I'm saying? I think about it for me personally. You know, they say in the church like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, right? I think about it as like the higher self, your present self, and your inner child. How do you allow all 3 of those to really just like encapsulate who you are at your best vibration? Because all of those people have to exist in one timeline. You know what I'm saying? How do you honor all 3 of those aspects of yourself? Your higher self, when you the baddest bitch in the room. Your present self, when you're really just trying to get through the day. Your inner child, when you have to think about all of the things that you've been through in order to be here in this very moment and still breathe and live and fight and try. When you bring all those things together and really just like function, who's that girl?
Girl, that's magic. Okay, first talk about that's magic. Can we talk about that? Because, also, just when you say like the space for magic, and again, I feel like this sounds so cliche, but anybody that knows me, my 2 places of happiness are when I'm running, and I am a water sign. When my body is in water, I'm a bath girly down. And I've been trying to work on the type of baths that I take, just because like Danielle, Gary and I were talking about like manifesting and like, you know, like your inner thoughts have power. And I think maybe last episode I was talking like, bitch, I gotta stop listening to Mary J. Blige and Keisha Cole in the bath because although it's music that resonates with me, but also it's like sad music. It's like heartbroken music. And it's like, baby, that's manifesting into the universe. That's why these YNs I allow in my life, why they do the way that they do. But the other day, yesterday, like my friend had set up a pool And baby, I was like, oh, I'll come help. They were like, really? You want to come help? I said, baby, the pool was set up when I got there. I took my clothes off and I was just, and like, I don't know. And I know it's so cliche for people, but like it really is not for me. Like when I am in water, when we go to the beach, baby, I'm in that water until I am pruny. Like I feel recharged. I love being in just a body of water. There's something about it, like when I put my head down and I like my ears are under the water and I'm looking up, that calmness that we're talking about, right? Like I try to like save that memory in my mind for when my family get on my nerves, when my jobbing, like to have that calmness in that space. But like when you talk about magic, like for me, water, oh, like that's just my place. And being outside with it, right? Like
Yes.
having the sun. So that just
Yes.
was replaying in my mind of
I
like
received that.
that's my magic place.
I definitely hear what you're saying because I'm a Pisces moon, and so I'm yes.
Pisces rising, Pisces sun,
Yeah.
Pisces moon, Pisces rising.
Not the trilogy.
This is the Holy Trinity. 3.
Yes. This is crazy.
You can't make this up. You
You
literally
can't.
cannot. That's what I said. You can't make this shit up. Sorry, go ahead. Pisces moon. I apologize.
No,
I just
you're
put that out
totally
there.
fine. I totally agree with you with the water. That's why, like, a long time ago, somebody that I was like, getting readings from a lot would always be like, speak your intentions into your water before you drink it. Speak your intentions into your water before you drink it. Also, like, I went to the beach for my birthday and I was speaking my intentions into the ocean as well too. Speak your intentions as to what you're trying to manifest. Also, when you are taking those baths, like I said, that salt water, do you put like a little sea salt?
Girl, you know I do.
Yes.
You know I do.
That's cleansing your energy and it's opening you up to the energy that you're trying to receive, to your manifestations. So speak your intentions into the water since you're so connected to it.
And I don't ever. Like that is such a good look. Like I don't
Yeah.
ever. Child, I just be getting in. But like, you know what? Like, thank you, Danielle.
No, I'm gonna gag you, okay? Because, like I said, I just went by the water yesterday. So I feel like all of us are like giving like different variations of like, one, people should be going to the water, especially if you got a water placement out there. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't, it'll probably be beneficial for you because these are, practical tools for daily living. We're giving you the magic.
Thank you.
Do you understand? Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. No, but I went to the water yesterday and it just felt like there was a sense of, and I'm not trying to get emotional because, I will cry because I'm a Scorpio sun and a Pisces rising, emo diva, and a Libra moon, girl. So anyway, but I was there and I felt like I was at home. It made me sad that I had to leave. You know what I'm saying? And like I was walking to the pier because on top of leaving that deck out by the bench or whatever, I also took a crystal with me because I wanted to like give it as an offering to the water, the water spirits and everything. Give it as an offering to the ancestors and just like do a little Reiki moment for myself because I'm a Reiki master as well. So I was like, I need to have like a whole like healing session right now that I have not allowed myself to have in I don't know how long because I've been so depressed that it's been hard to get there in order to do it. So while I'm in the vibration to like pick my black ass up and get on the train in the middle of the day on a Saturday, I'm going to the piers. And I took my little crystal. I'm walking to the pier. And like, I'm listening to music because, music gets us, okay? And I was like, what is going to like make this moment real? Because I don't know about y'all, but like June has been bringing up like 2019 energy. There's like little snippets of like 2019 like showing up. So I feel like I'm like closing a cycle out from that personally. And I feel like I had to give that offering. So if this is something that like resonates with you, like offerings with like throwing crystals that you've had that you want to like get rid of, that like, and not get rid of in the sense of like, I don't need you anymore, but like you've done your purpose. You know what I'm saying? You have served your purpose. And now I need to release you back to the universe to do your purpose over again in whatever way. So I had a red jasper. I'm praying to it, listening to one of my little songs or whatever. I can't even get to the pier before I just, like, just tears. And I was low-key kind of embarrassed because I'm like, girl, like if you a little bit louder, somebody's like, girl, is you okay? But you know what? It is New York and people cry every day. So like, girl, just mind your business and live your life. Main
Yes.
character energy. Final girl vibes.
Yes.
Final girl vibes. Okay? And I just gave that as an offer. I threw it at like the right moment of the song and everything like that. And it just felt like a release.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's magic. The
Mm-hmm.
black magic right here.
Mhm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Black and ooh, let me know. Because I'm gonna go there.
Oh.
If you black, if you got black, if you identify as black, you are magic.
Yes.
Do not forget that.
Yes.
Do not forget where we came from. Do not forget how we got here. Do not forget how we are still here. You are magic. Make use of your magic. That's all I'm gonna say on that. But I had to like stamp it because I feel like we're all having like different vantage points of like water. You at the pool, sitting by, you getting your tan on, diva. Okay. You at the beach, you doing your salt bath, diva. And you know I'm crying at the pier. Okay, it's giving rom-com, which
Yes.
of course.
Diva. Okay.
Diva. Okay.
That is magic for you in this month of July. So like take those moments and like really, really enjoy them. And I feel like little things will start happening to let you know that like whatever you believe in, God, the universe, spirit, your ancestors, even if you don't believe in any of that, something is looking over you if you allow yourself to receive it. Yes. So I will close with the text as well, because you know I love rooting it in the text. I am a writer. You are a magical being. Time to stop hiding the awe-inspiring abilities you have to connect to the divine. Drawing the pentacle invites you to connect with your personal magic at this time on a deeper level. Working with the phases of the moon in ritual and with herbs, candles, crystals, and spell work are some ways we can connect our magic on the physical plane to the etheric realms. Find what suits you best. Let me underline that. Find what suits you best, with love and with harm to none. If you're inquiring about a relationship or situation, take heart. There's something quite special here. Proceed with curiosity and wonder as this situation begins to unfold in the most unique of ways. That's actually a fucking gag. Meditate on the pentacle when you want to draw in the power of the elements to protect your energy and or sacred space. So, symbol of the pentacle is a Wiccan symbol, amulet, and talisman, often symbolizing the element of earth. It is used for invocation and represents the ability to bring spirit to earth. How are you bringing, as they would say in the church, how are you bringing God down into your world? How are you bringing and realizing that spirit is all around you and trying to get your attention in those little ways? You know what I'm saying? It's not a coincidence. Baby, you were born for this. That's my message to add on to Danielle's beautiful message that we have for the month of July.
Yes. Well, I mean, listen, if you made it this far in the podcast, you have received a treat because we've been dropping gems all day. And again, we want to just thank the posse members that have been with us on this ride on the Premonitions, and we want to welcome our new posse members. And you know, we always like to give a call to action, and your call to action this month is if you received, if something about this message resonated with you, I need for you to send this podcast, however you watch or listen, send it to somebody, just one person. Okay. Oh, tap your neighbor and say, neighbor. That is our call to action this month is, you know, help share the magic, be the magic, and share this magic. Before we close out, Danielle, we can't thank you enough for joining us. Your energy, your spirit is beautiful. Where can the posse find you if they want to get in contact with you, if they want a reading, if they like, let us know where we can find you.
Thank you. If you want to work with me, you can find me on TikTok at Final Girl Vibes, YouTube Final Girl Vibes, and Instagram at Final Girl Vibes.
Yes,
and thank you guys so much, because this literally was magic, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity. You guys are just so wonderful, and like just made my Sunday. Like I'm like elated right now.
The pleasure is ours, Danielle. Truly.
Sorry, I had to get that out.
Girl, I just imagine you walking down that street with your headphones on. That's how I see you. And also your TikToks, Gary, these past, I don't know if I'm just seeing them or the algorithm is bringing them to me, but your last night I'm getting ready to go to sleep. And you're like, hey, I'm walking. I just wanted to take myself to get something to eat. And like the place that I wanted to go, I couldn't go to. And I start spiraling. I'm like, oh my God, that be me. Like when my plans don't go the way I be wanting it to go, I be like, cancel it all. But
Yes,
shout out to
freaking
you
out.
for shout out to you for pressing on, Gary, because that was so relatable and so real. But before we go, Gary, where can the posse find you? What are you up to these days?
That is a great question. Well, if you're new here, hi. I'm Gary DeAndre, also known as Gangsta Gurry, Gangsta with an A, because we don't do that ER Buster kit over here. Okay, I ain't no buzzer, and I ain't no buster. Gangsta Gurry, GANGSTA, GURRY. You can email me, gangstagurry@gmail.com. I'm on Instagram. I am on Twitter, and I don't think I was able to
TikTok.
get. I am also like, I don't know why. Thank you for saying that. That is also going to like push me to share more, because I've definitely just like, I'm a Scorpio. I be hiding. I don't be thinking people need to hear my tea, but like honestly, when I'm like the most real, that's when the most tea drops. So you can find me on Twitter, on that TikTok. So not used to saying that. Weird. At Gary DeAndre. That's the only one that's different. You know what I'm saying? We gotta juice it up. Cause actually, gag it. Because we were talking about final girl vibes. I don't ever think that we've talked about like Gangsta Gurry's like origins on here ever. Because
Oh.
Gangsta Gurry is not like new. Gangsta Gurry been around since like 2011. You know what I'm saying? Like Gangsta Gurry, I feel like that's my higher self that I'm like reaching towards right now. And I feel like you like sharing with me like your posts, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I'm trying to like get to him, but he is the epitome of just like trap music, you know what I'm saying? But also being a Southern girl, okay, because she's still a diva, all right, but she's still a ghetto diva, okay. Get into it. But no, I thank you all so much for your support, for the people that reach out, for the people that have gotten this far in the podcast, for all of the network. Thank you all. Thank you for listening. I don't have really much going on. I guess it's a me season. I'm focusing on me. I'm focusing on self love. This is the summer of amour. You heard it here first. My girlfriend said, go out there, shake your titties. You know what I'm saying? Chest out, teeth. Okay, it's time to go out there and meet the girl. So that's what I'm working on right now. But if you want to get a reading with me, you want to hang out with me, get a key, get a candle, because you know I do candle Reiki as well. Holler at your girl. I would
Yeah.
love to service you.
Yes. Well, Gary and Danielle, it's been truly an honor. This has been your Purple Pants Premonitions for the month of July. We will see you in August. Be well, be safe, and thank you so much for tuning in to this month's Purple Pants Premonitions.
Bye.
Bye.
It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You better listen in public, might make your stomach hurt. Ooh. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to unwind, you better get that box wine. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to get your snack, you better hurry right back though. It's the Purple Pants. It's the Purple Pants.